What were the reactions and emotions you could sense in the room when he admitted guilt? A, it was very tense in the courtroom, very tense but very silent. The media had been told not to show any emotion in the courtroom, and I wonder if the families were told because they were so intense. They were staring at Kohlberger very strongly. They were staring at the judge very strongly. But I did not see actual emotion coming out of them except from Kaylee Goncalves' aunt. That's who I heard it was. She had a Kleenex. She was crying so hard, but it was silent. She wasn't making any audible sounds at all. When the prosecutor said, "We have still never found the knife, the murder weapon," I looked at Kohlberger. I wanted to see if there was a reaction, because there's one person that knows where that murder weapon is, and it's him. There was no reaction to that. He didn't move a muscle in his face. When the prosecutor said, okay, Kohlberger never once looked at the courtroom, looked at the people in the courtroom. He was in a stoic gaze with no emotion whatsoever. It was just like he did this every day. When he had to take the oath, that as a sociopath, they have expressionless faces. When he had to take the oath that he would tell the truth, Kohlberger jumped up and put his hand up. The judge said, "You don't have to stand up. I know you're trying to be respectful to the court, but you don't have to stand up." Question: after Kohlberger is sentenced, what happened to the gag order that has kept the parties from speaking publicly? After sentencing, the case is over, so the judge has to lift the gag order because they have a First Amendment right to speak. The gag order was to preserve a fair trial before a jury for Kohlberger. Both sides are now requesting a pre-sentencing report, which is normally done before sentencing. Sentencing is going to take place at this point on July 23rd. The prosecutors say they want to give all the family members a chance to speak. Prosecutor Bill Thompson choked up a couple of times, most notably as he was finishing his recitation of the facts and said the names of the 4 victims. What did you make of that, and was there any significance behind the moment having covered the cases from the beginning? I've never seen him get emotional in any pre-trial hearing. This is the first time, but a prosecutor has empathy for victims because although they represent the people, they indirectly represent the victims.
Stay tuned for EP3.
That's who they care about. Maybe it got to him at that moment, but I'm sure that some of the victims' family would say, well, if that is emotion there for those victims, as what we saw in court, why didn't you structure the plea deal so he had to provide some answers and tell us why he did this? I agree.